Hi guys, I'm Michelle. I am from Indonesia and this is 143.
Start spreading the news. I'm barking today. I'm the world's greatest puppy. Bucks Jorg, Buckets Jorg. If I can't eat a bone, I'll never leave you alone. World's greatest pup, Bucks Jorg, Buckets Jorg.
Good morning, broken heaters and world leaders. This is my favorite healthy meal of all time. Brussels sprouts, burnt to a crisp, onions, mushrooms, and chicken sauteed in a little bit of peanut butter. I know the peanut butter sounds gross. Don't judge it, don't knock it till you try it. Kind of tastes like Thai chicken. That was good. Now I need to shower and I need to get going. Ready to go. My parents' house smells intensely of Brussels sprouts now. Sorry, Mom and Dad. I have some meetings for pretty much the rest of the day. Let's see if we can make it interesting.
But it makes me think, did you ever do those activities where like you had like a puzzle piece within like a balloon and like you had to like run across, you had to like sit on it or pop it and then you had to make the puzzle?
This side of the table has bad lighting. It's a little better. So I'm back and eating again. So I don't know if you've noticed, there's been sort of like a shift in the last few vlogs, probably the last 5 or 6. Rather than being very produced and like a lot of different events and time lapses and cuts and all of these things, they've been pretty simple. You know, they've been long sections of me talking to the camera and then just a couple other elements throughout the day. So rather than a diary of my life, it's just sort of been themed. And that is mainly because my life is very, very busy. Getting ready for these camps is a huge job. And once I get to camp, it's an even bigger job. And Aaron and I have some other things that we're doing right now, and it's just a crazy time. So these vlogs are gonna be looking a little different over the next month or so. It's gonna be a lot more of like a video log of me talking and unpacking thoughts. I hope you're okay with that. If not, I'll do my best to throw in some other fun footage and things like that. But that's where we're at right now in our lives. What I want to talk about today, if you all have watched the very first vlog, vlog 001, you know that I talked about kind of the reason I started the vlog was because I had just gotten married. The Broadway show that I was in was just closing, and so I was sort of entering this new season, this new chapter of my life. I was about to go on tour for the first time. And so I wanted to sort of document the life of an artist, the life of an artist trying to make it in the world, trying to figure out sort of where my footing was in this next season. And now, 143 episodes later, I thought I would take some time and sort of talk about where I've come since then. So the first month was going on tour, and as you probably know, I loved going on tour. I think Sweet Bear struggled with it a little bit. She struggled with being homesick and, you know, living in hotels and living in our car. I felt alive. I was like, this is what I was born to do. I love this. Then when we got back from the tour, we moved in with Sweet Bear's parents and we're living there for a while and just sort of figuring out where we wanted to live. I was figuring out what I wanted to do for a job or for work, because at that point I was like, I'm not doing YouTube full time, that's for sure. And I just didn't know what I wanted to do next, whether I want to be another show or whatever. And sort of for November and December, they were really tough months because I just didn't know what I was supposed to do next. And it was actually through a conversation with Dave where I finally was able to admit to myself and say, if I could have my dream job right now, it would be to travel around, to speak, to make YouTube videos, and to write. That's what I would want to do. So starting in January, I started driving for Uber, and I would get up at 5 in the morning and I would drive people to work from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. And then I would come home and I would work all day, trying to create good YouTube videos, trying to write better sermons, trying to book new speaking engagements. And I worked for those months of January, February, March, and more speaking gigs were coming in. And Sweet Bear at one point, she turned to me and she says, I don't usually use this kind of language, because Sweet Bear doesn't usually say kind of cliche Christian things, but she said, God is blessing this. And it was clear that he was, because for the months of April, May, and now June, I have not had to drive for Uber at all in order to support Sweet Bear and I. We are fully, at this point, we are fully supporting ourselves, for her doing her calligraphy and teaching dance, and for me doing speaking and making YouTube videos and traveling and writing. We are right now at a place where we are fully making our living doing the things that we love and doing the things that we feel God has called us to do. And that's a really exciting place to be at. And so, yeah, I wanted to sort of talk about that and sort of share the behind the scenes of the journey, because you've kind of been seeing us go on that journey, but we don't talk a lot about the specifics of the financial side of it or the struggles with booking work and, you know, all of that stuff. But I wanted to give you sort of a sneak peek behind the scenes. As I said, a lot more vlogs of me talking to the camera. But if that's not your style, here's some fun footage of buckets before we leave. Can you say keep being awesome? I guess not. Thanks, Bucks. Keep being awesome.